is based on people who lived or came to live in Otley in the 1800s. Included in our story is Patrick Connolly, a baker, born in Ireland, but living in Otley in 1841. And I'm very pleased to say that his great-grandson, Eric, is a parishioner with us today. But our story has roots in Ireland. Our story takes us back to the time of the Great Famine of 1845-49. That had a devastating effect on Ireland. The census of 1841 shows a population 10 years later, just 10 years later, 1 million people had died, and 1.5 million people had attempted to escape death, leaving in what became known as the coffin ships. During this time, the British government was concerned for the common people. The common people, both in England and in Ireland. But the Irish were further away. And the Irish were distant in another way, in that they had another language and another culture. Historically, they were also different, in that they had their faith. They were Catholic. And they were Catholic living in a Protestant state. And at the time, many of the poor were also dependent on one single vegetable, the potato. The Irish peasant lived off a tiny piece of land, and for that he paid a very high rent, in that he had to give all of the crops, other than the potato, and the produce from the animals back to the landlord as rent. He and his family lived on a plot of potatoes. In the western counties, in Mayo, 9/10 of the people were solely dependent on the potatoes that they could grow. And the situation became more and more precarious in the 19th century. There was a vast population explosion. The pressure on land was desperate. Land was subdivided in families into smaller and smaller plots. And everybody was still dependent on the potato. If that crop were to fail, then the consequences would be dreadful. And that is what happened, not just in Ireland, but right across Europe. In 1845, a killer fungus condemned healthy potatoes to rotten pulp. The blight hit England just as badly. But there was no famine here. Why? Because the people here had other crops that they could eat. They were not left with just the potato to live on. Now the government of the day were of course concerned, but they didn't want to interfere. If you did, you endangered the market forces. You endangered the balance in the economy. Food was available in plenty. There was grain, there was meat being produced in Ireland, but it was being paid to landlords, many of them in England, as rent. It was then sold back to Ireland. But unfortunately, the people then didn't have the money to buy the grain, the meat, the other produce. The state could not give people food because that would undermine the market. As relief, maize was brought in from America. It was called Peel's brimstone because of the ill effects it had on the digestion. But the people still could not afford to buy it. They were overwhelmed. There was no room for them in the workhouses. Starving were turned away to die. And it was also believed by some statesmen, including Sir Charles Trevelyan, that famine was an act of providence, and that to intervene would be to be overriding God's will. Help was at hand from some Christian groups, but it was tinged in that they would offer you support, they would offer you food, but in payment they'd like you to change and become a Protestant. And for many people at that time, that was something that was impossible. That was a bridge too difficult to cross. As the famine proceeded, initial relief measures by landlords were at an end. And what happened was that there were wholesale evictions of people who could not pay their rent. They were thrown off their land. Thus the scene was set. There was suffering. There was disease. There was death in Ireland. And there were many people searching for new hope in emigration. And that's where our story begins here in Otley. Thomas Constable, who lived at that time in that house there, was instrumental, both in the support that he offered to the Irish people who he met, and also, eventually, in building the church 150 years ago. And that's why we're all here tonight.
Your sister, Miss Stanley Constable, to see you, sir. Shall I let her in?
Yep. Good morning, Mary Ann.
Thomas, why do you work so early? And on the Lord's Day, too. Thomas, my brother, is something of a meticulous and diligent letter writer, an estate agent and solicitor to the Fawkes family of Barnley Hall and Mr. Durnham of Kirkstall Hall and many other influential clients. But in all of these years of practice, I have never known him pick up a quill on a Sunday morning. But I sense that this is something of a different nature and something much closer to his heart.
Otley, the 28th of July, 1845. My Lord Bishop, I wish to communicate my intention of building a chapel for the benefit of souls in the vicinity. It is unnecessary to say more at present, as I have no intention to commence before next spring, and even then I feel it right to intimate to your Lordship that not a stone will be laid without first receiving your consent. I, of course, propose to endow in a moderate way, as well as to build in decent simplicity in the Gothic style. I am very faithfully yours, Thomas Constable.
That reads well, Thomas.
Family to see you, sir.
Ah, Patrick, will you walk with us to Mass today?
That's very well, sir.
You look pale, Thomas. Won't you sit down?
No, I'm fine, ma'am, thank you.
You've had bad news from Ireland?
That I do, sir. From my cousin in County Mayo.
The horse is drawn up and ready, sir.
Are our people assembled?
Aye, sir.
Tell them we'll be out presently. I think it best that we read this on our return from Mass.
Every Sunday, early morn, come all weathers and at all times of the year, Mr. Constable and his sister, along with his mission of people, walk to his relative's house, Middleton Lodge, Otley, for Mass. That's 15 miles in all, 6 hours round trip, 3 hours there and 3 hours back, and that's all on an empty stomach. But I tell thee, when they get back, they're that famished, they eat like they've never seen food before. Like horses. Aye, but today, be different. There'll be no eating done, not when they've heard this news.
October 1845. Patrick, a star. The news here is not good. There is a terrible blackness upon the potatoes, turning them rotten and making them fit for neither man nor beast. The bareen is full of men trying to find and save what they can. But I'm afraid, Patrick, there is little to be found or saved. What are we to do without the praties? We ask that God in his mercy will avert this calamity which seems upon us. I ask for your prayers, Patrick, your cousin Mary.
Grave news indeed, but despite warnings from national leaders like Daniel O'Connell, an Irish MP at Westminster, not enough was done.
The people are not to blame. It has pleased Providence to bring this calamity upon them. It is your business to mitigate as well you can. Famine is coming. Fever is coming. And this House must place in the hands of government power to stay the evil.
Unfortunately, not everyone there was sympathetic to the welfare of the Irish people. There were some, such as Charles Trevelyan, the permanent head of the Treasury, who were driven by their own short-sighted perceptions.
The great evil with which we have to contend is not the physical evil of the famine, but the moral evil of the selfish, perverse, and turbulent character of the people.
But by late 1846, the situation had become far worse.
Patrick, may this letter find you safe in God's palm. My heart is breaking as I write. Sorry news, Patrick.
We buried Tomash last Tuesday. The fever took him, and I could bear to see him suffer no more. Our husband gone, and 3 children, and I fear for the son and daughter I have left. Surely to God, we must be living in hell. Such sights I I'm witnessing as never I've seen before. Each day I pass the dying, and the living and the dead lying upon the same floor, and nothing between them and the cold earth, but for a few miserable rags. No house is free from death, and bodies are waiting for weeks to be buried. What is to become of their souls? I thank ye, Patrick, for the money you sent, and I've booked passage next week to Liverpool. But there's nowhere left here for us but the workhouse, and they're full of death and fever. There'll be many more who follow, Patrick, and I ask you to keep us in our prayers that our journey is safe. We'll be with you as soon as we can. Son of the sweetest Mary.
Yet principles still ruled.
The only way to prevent people from becoming habitually dependent upon government is to bring operations to a close. The uncertainty about the new crop only makes it more necessary.
Whatever may be done hereafter, these things must be stopped now, or you run the risk of paralysing all private enterprise and having this country on you for an indefinite number of years.
Give me 3 grains of corn, Mother. Only 3 grains of corn. It will keep the little life I have till the coming of the morn. I am dying of hunger and cold, Mother. Dying of hunger and cold. And heart the agony of such a death. My lips is never told. It is not like a wolf with my heart, Mother. A wolf that is fierce for blood. All the lifelong day night beside, gnawing for lack of food. I dreamed of bread in my sleep, Mother, and his sight was heaven to see. I woke with eager, famishing lip, but ye had no bread to me. How could I look to you, Mother? How could I look to you for bread to give to a starving boy? You were starving too. For I read the famine in your cheek and in your eyes so wild, and I felt it in your bony hand as you laid it on your child. The Queen has lands of gold, Mother. The Queen has lands of gold, but ye are forced to empty your breast, a skeleton babe to hold. A babe that is dying of warmth, Mother, as I'm dying now, with a ghastly look and sunken eye and a famine upon its brow. What has poor Alan done, Mother? What has poor Alan done? As the world looks on and sees us starve, harassing one by one. Come nearer to my side, Mother. Come nearer to my side, and hold me fondly as he held my father when he died. Quick, for I cannot see you, Mother. My breath is almost gone. Mother, dear Mother, ere I die, give me 3 grains of corn.
Driven from our home by hunger, we walked a hard road, till death took Aileen, my wife, and our youngest child, our daughter. She left myself and my son on the Tuesday. The fever took her, a scabby, sweaty, sapping end to life's beauty. God's taken Aileen's pain, and he's wiped away her tears. There's no more crying when you're dead. And sorrow's dried my eyes. Now we'll walk to a better place. As Aileen, God rest his soul, has already done, and we'll follow the hard road again. Fear nothing for Aileen. Death has no dominion over her now. Save your tears for the living. Surely, the dead will bury their dead. Prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. You must raise our child with dignity. Long lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Harbour wall, we watched the last star falling, as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. For she lives and hopes and prays for her love in Otley Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
Hey, up then, doing a good turn as usual, I see.
Aye, come out to your hostelry with a right appetite.
See what a grand idea tonight to set you outside.
Aye.
Now then, what's any sausages for me this week?
Only the finest for you, my good landlord. Only the finest. Look at these.
Absolutely.
Get your paper! Get your paper! Hundreds of Irish arriving in Liverpool! Get your paper!
What's it say? Are they going anywhere else?
How am I supposed to know? I just sell them.
What do I care what happens in Liverpool?
It's the Irish, you know, potato famine. There's them as reckon they're coming through here.
Oh, I heard that. Maybe they're looking for work.
Unlike you, Samuel Matthews.
Aye, but where are they going to go? We've got no room for them. Hey, don't get me wrong. I don't begrudge them anything. I mean, there's some great Catholic folk in Otley, good people. But we'll be overrun with them. It's not right.
Overrun, you say? Now, that's not fair. It's potato blight is why they're here. Father Dominic at the lodge on Sunday, he said they're our Christian brethren. I mean, where else are the poor souls to go?
Aye, and as you can see, there's plenty of good Irish folk round here, and they cause no bother.
Oh, look, there's Mr. Constable's maid over there. He helps the Irish.
He's just placed to be guarded with me, you know. Wonder if that's for Irish then.
I know her. Her name's Rosie. Go ask her. Well, I really ought not to say. The master is very good to me, really. That's right, Rosie. You keep it to yourself. Go on, Rosie. You can tell us. Well, you know Patrick Connolly, the baker? He's been getting word about the famine from his cousin in Ireland. And him and Mr. Constable are getting things ready for them, as it's likely that they're coming here.
What? How many?
I don't rightly know, but you should see the amount of provisions they've got stacked up in their stable. And I'll tell you one thing, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. They'll be riddled with disease. Oh, look, there's the man himself. Well, I best be off. And you keep that to yourself, mind.
Hey, look, there's the packman. I bet he'll know something to buy it.
I don't want to stay up for a drink. Where everybody go?
Oh, I mean, what's wrong with the bed, sir? Huh? It's too cold for the out here.
I bet surely that stuff keeps thee warm, doesn't it, eh?
What, smoke? Well, my shot rate, please, when I'm covered in it. Hey, by God. Yeah. Right. Hey. What's that? Coming over a bridge at this hour of morning. Cal! No! It's people. My God. It'll be the Irish. From Tia Famine. Poor souls. I'd best get Mrs. Laffield. That's what I'll do. I'll get Mrs. Laffield.
No more walking on us tonight.
Nobody here, nobody here.
was that man there?
Ah, sure, but he's floated with a drink.
I'll go on, you can ask him now.
Sorry.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, sorry. Do you know the way to the big mansion house? Do you know the way?
Why, old bro! Is it a dance?
Hardly, sir. We're new to this country. We're the Irish.
Oh, Irish! I'm trying not to come back with me to my house for a drink.
No, sir.
Oh, aye. Tater famine.
The big mansion house, sir. Do you know the way?
Yeah, look, you've come the wrong way. You need to go about where you come from, go over bridge.
Yes, sir, we
You
cannot
come the
mind
wrong
eating
way.
the food in front of the children. They're starving hungry. They haven't eaten since we left the ship at Liverpool. Put the food away, sir, please.
Sir, do you know a Mr. Connolly or a Mr. Constable?
Oh, welcome, welcome. Oh, thank God you've come.
This is like a woman.
Oh, now, this is lovely. Oh, and don't take any notice, you, of this man here. What are you doing here? Get home to your wife, you drunken idiot.
want the drink?
Go on, clear off. Oh, I'm Mrs. Lewis, and I've come prepared, all ready for you. Now, come with me, and we'll get you safe. Come on now. Bless you. Somewhere nice and warm.
I was able.
Yes, they're here.
Is my cousin with them?
I think not. Now, calm and prepare yourself. They are but skin and bone, and it's a miracle that they've got thus far. But I fear some of them have the infection, but I can't be sure.
Have they eaten?
Aye, but only a small amount of broth for fear it will damage their stomachs. Now, minister to them with me and stay with me. And Lord, pray for us to have strength.
Your name?
Ginty, sir. Andrew. My wife here, Rose. My eldest, Michael. Thomas. Winnie here and Daniel. Home? Ballinrobe, sir. County Mayo. How did you come? Not to Dublin, sir. Then the empty coal boat it was to Liverpool.
It was full?
I crammed to suffocation. Jesus, many died there. And perhaps it was a blessing, for it quickened their journey to death. We took the canal where and when we could, and for the last 14 days and 14 nights we took the hard road. Your name?
Gwyn is our name, sir. My son Thomas, his wife Mary, and their own, John, Kitty, and Catherine. Those two girls there, Hannah and Kathy, belong to my daughter, who we left behind in the cold, overrun workhouse. God help them.
Sure, near broke her heart, sir, to leave him there with all that death. Sure, my sister wanted her girls to live.
Your name? Patrick Joyce, sir. My son, James.
We buried my wife 3 weeks ago in Ballycastle. Myself and my son is all I have left.
Your family name?
Brennan, sir. Brennan, sir.
Your name?
Mary Laville, sir. And this is my daughter, Millie.
How old is the child?
I had them in the ballast of the ship, sir. Michael here came first, and my little Lizzie came after.
And where's the other?
The poor little thing was so weak and tense. With not enough strength to latch on to the milk. We gave her to the sea. God rest her soul. And we pray to God that this wee thing will live. I don't think my Millie can take much more.
Mrs. Laffey, that child needs attention. Put 'em all on the way, sir. Right, Henry. Clear out the next stable and take the horse out.
Is this stable where we're staying, Dad? Is this to be our home now, Dad?
No. No, you're to stay here until you gather your strength. Soon, when you're strong enough, there will be shacks and tents on Cambridge fields not far from here. I'm afraid there's not much more I can do in the circumstances. As you know, there are more to come.
God bless you, sir. Bless the God, sir.
God may you get, sir.
Good day, sir. Good. Thank God.
Mary.
Patrick. How pleasant is the winter's night. I feel some drops of rain. I never had but one true love in Ireland there I slain. I learned so much from my true love, as any young girl may. I'll sing till morn upon your grave, for 12 months and a day. For 12 months and a day being warm, the ghost began to speak. Why sit you here and mourn for me, as she will gladly sleep? What do you want of me, sweetheart? For what is it you cry? Just one kiss of your lily white lips, and that is all I pray. For that is all I pray.
Tents and shacks were then taken and are directed upon some wasteland at the east side of Otley, on what became known as the Irish Fields. In time, they would make their shacks more sturdy and waterproof to withstand the winter months. From the first week of their arrival, their only priority, despite their ill health, was to find work.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 24 fat lambs, mixed yows and tubs from Mr. Thompson over the river. Who's going to start the bidding at 1 shilling? 1 shilling, 1 shilling, 1 shilling bid, 1 shilling bid, 1 shilling bid, 1, 2 shilling bid, 2 shilling bid, do I hear 2 shilling, 3 shilling, 3 shilling bid, do I hear 4 shilling bid, 4 shilling bid, do I hear 5 bid, 5 bid, 6 bid, 6 bid, 6 bid, 6 bid, do I hear 7, do I hear 7, do I hear 7 at the back, 7 at the back, 7 at the back, 7 any advance on 7, do I hear 7, 8 bid, 8 bid, 8 bid, 8 bid, 8 bid and sold to young Frank Harkins. I hope your dad's got room for them, son.
The others, I get the job.
Hush now, will you let me get the job for myself?
I know, let your father concentrate. Send you some
Alan, wish me luck, son.
Keep everybody really cross for you, Dad.
Sure. I won't get it now. And maybe the good news, sure, it'll make our Catherine well again. And sure, she'll be up about just like her old self, just like her whipping.
I'm with you now. With Mr. Constable there, everything's sure to be fine. Don't you be worrying yourself now.
Now then, Mr. Constable, good morning. I have 4 fine, hard-working, fearless men here who are ready for work.
Excuse me, Mr. Constable, but haven't these fellows just come off the boat? Won't they be riddled with the disease? They are not at their best at the moment, but their health will improve. They need work, Mr. Atkinson, and I am sure you will be able to find it. You understand they've been raped of their living. They're farming men like yourself. It will be, I think, in your interest.
Right, we'll have a look then. Over here, lad. Sir. What's the name?
Ginty, sir. Andrew.
That's a good strong back on. They know they're a good meal wouldn't sort out. Has they done any farming?
Land labourer, sir.
Land labourer, right, you are. You, lad.
Sir.
What's the name?
Patrick Joyce, sir.
You look a bit thin.
Oh, sir, I'm a farm labourer, sir. I've got experience of sheep and cattle.
Right, go on then. You, lad. What's the name?
Luke Brennan, sir.
Ah, that don't look too well.
Fit enough, sir.
You're fit enough. Can I lift a bale or two?
All my life I've been lifting bale, sir.
Right you are. You, lad. Come on, come by. Name?
Thomas Quinn, sir.
Has I done any farming, son?
I'm a farmer born and bred, sir.
Is there any disease in your family?
Oh, no, sir. Not at all. No infection in my family, sir, at all.
Right you are. Look at here, son.
One got penny for you, sir. One got penny for you, sir. One got penny for you, sir.
You got the job! My dad got the job. He did it. My dad got. Oh, would you ever shut up? We all heard you.
Come on, son.
Thomas, would you ever come like... Mary's just gone down to the fields.
It's Catherine.
To Catherine. It's Constable's stable. She's awful bad.
Any more?
Others too.
Jesus, how many?
5 or 6. They had to leave the fields for fear of the infection.
Come on, then. Sure. How's my Catherine?
Did you get the job?
Ah, what in Jesus' name are you going on about? About the job? You know, there's your daughter there dying in your arms.
Here I have a baby in my belly and starving children to feed. Now, did you get the job or not?
Yes, I got the job.
Thomas, it's not just Catherine. Look at all the other poor little souls.
I have to go and ask Mr. Constable for some help.
Sure, has he not done enough to help us already?
Sure, we'll have to try.
Mr. Quinn to see see you, sir.
I'll bring him in. Thomas, did you get that work with Mr. Atkinson today?
No, sir. I did not.
What's wrong?
It's my daughter, sir. She's got the fever. It's the second run of it.
I'll call the doctor.
Sir, there are more children.
How many?
7, including Aunt Catherine. Some with raging fever, some just at the start of it. They had to be sent off the fields. There's nowhere else for them to go. I mean, sir, do you know of anywhere where we can hide just until the infection is past?
Where are they now?
In the stable. Your stableman lets us in.
There's no choice. They'll have to be brought in.
Brought in? You mean here in your house, sir? Sir, no, we can't ask you to do that. You've done so much already.
That's what I intend to do. That's what I intend to do.
Sir, you don't mean to bring them into the house?
Now listen very carefully. It's not necessary for you to stay. There's too much risk. I will arrange for you to have work in other households in the neighbourhood, so long as you promise on God's holy name not to mention it to other folk.
We swear on God's holy name.
Right, now there's work to be done. Clear this room, clear these tables, and bring in clean linen and blankets. Then you may take your leave.
Sir.
And Thomas, you're not to worry. I have work for you in mind. Thank you, sir.
Constable, good evening, do come in.
Good evening, Reverend Hart. It's very good of you to see me. My mind is much troubled by events that have taken place in my household this evening.
Then speak plainly.
This evening, a little Irish girl called Catherine Quinn died in my house. Her parents wish her to be buried in consecrated ground.
And how may I be of help?
I will pay for the coffin, but as you know, we Catholics do not have any ground in which to bury our dead. I've come here to ask for your help and support.
I see. Mr. Constable, These people have suffered a great deal of pain and torment, and you have clearly devoted yourself entirely to their part. I, in my own way, will play a part. The answer is yes. I will assist you in this.
Oh, thank God, Reverend.
I will instruct the gravedigger, and you may bring the body tomorrow, but only after dark. You and I work from the same source, Mr. Constable.
You are indeed a Christian gentleman, Reverend Hart.
Good day.
Good day.
However, not all the local people were happy with the growth of this new Irish community. But whatever happened, they never missed their journey to Middleton on Sunday to hear Mass.
Picking stones at us.
Away with you! How dare you behave like that? Haven't these people suffered enough? Get away! Go away! Get away!
Pay them no heed, Mr. Constable. 'Tis the old dog for the hard road. We've seen this before, and we'll dare say we'll see this again.
Do we go on? Are you hurt, Patrick?
I'm all right, sir.
Are you sure?
I'm fine, sir. We go on.
Do we go on?
We do,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right, sir.
Yes, sir.
In God's name we do, Mr. Constable.
We do indeed. We'll have our chapel. We will have our chapel.
many were able to find work. Life was hard, with many difficulties, but compared to the suffering they had endured, this was a safe haven. Meanwhile, in Ilkley, there was an Irish immigrant family called the McQuins, living under the bridge. They were suffering from sickness and destitution. For some time, the people in Ilkley had wanted rid of them. They were a burden and an embarrassment, and so they demanded that they should be moved on.
Ah, good on you, son. Put it there. Now, let's see if I can boil up this bit of water. Do you know, if that girl takes any longer, I fear something happened to her.
Ah, no, not Miney. I think I see it. Ah, good girl, did you get anything?
I have a beautiful bowl of sugar. An old lady gave them to me. She lived in a fine house.
A fine house, was it? Well, then isn't it a pity you couldn't get more than just sugar?
You did good, mate.
Now then, a little sugar water for me ailing child.
Mama, I can't.
Ah, come on, John. Just a little sup to keep up your strength.
Look at those Irish vagrants. Stay over there, just like we own the place.
It's been there on 4 months since they arrived. It's a disgrace putting up our countryside.
Can they not find a proper house?
What are you doing, son?
I'm waving at those people over there. They might give us something.
That's very unlikely. I just want to see the backs of our houses. Love my home.
Ah, sure, look, and haven't we got more company?
Not again. There's another one within this time.
You pay no heed to them now.
Now then, Mr. and Mrs. McQuinn, you know fine well there's no place for you or your family. Now get your belongings together and move on from here immediately. With all the respect to you, there's a sickness in my family. We're in no state to move. It is the order of the board.
Order of the board, or no, we have not a farthing to our name. My son John here lies ill with the epidemic. I wonder if you're human at all.
I wonder if you'd reconsider. We offered you this.
Now, we're not able for it, but the move would be too dangerous for the child. Well, perhaps if you were to give us the ride, we might be prepared to accept.
Done. First thing tomorrow there'll be a cart here to take you to Otley. Only then will you receive this on your arrival.
Are we up to another place, Mom?
That we are, son. Another place. But you rest now.
Entitled to some happiness in her youth. What's the harm of her trying to find a husband? She's got to make a new life for herself here. So do we all.
Here you go, Otley.
Hey, oh, why is it always Otley that has to put up with Otley's problem with an old dumpling with Irish?
Irish again. Look in the big house. It draws him, you know. If you ask me, it's them in the big houses. They don't care.
Could you not even give us a sup of water on the ride? What's the use of this pittance?
The fields are to the east. Perhaps you'd do well to pay a visit to the man at the manor house first, Mr. Constable. He'll sort you out.
Oh.
Has he not come through?
His soul has fled. He gave it up only a little while ago. We've not money enough for a coffin, sir.
You're not to worry. That will be taken care of.
It's an absolute injustice that you are asked to make that journey with that boy in that condition.
Don't worry, Thomas. I'll look after her. In Otley, John died of the smallpox. An inquest was held on the 2nd of July, but reports of his funeral on that day would move the heartless. The coffin was carried by the fathers, supporting the feet, and a brother and sister on either side at the front. The mother followed on behind. Had a funeral of its kind ever been seen before in Otley. There were no mourners, only the McQueen family, trudging slowly up the street, dressed only in rags. Irish were buried in the parish churchyard, most of them young children.
August 1847. My Lord Bishop, I write to inform you that I've engaged Mr. Charles Hanson to be the architect for the chapel of Otley.
The last 8 months have seen dreadful suffering in our community, and it has been hard to bear. You know, my lord, how necessary it is to find a burial ground. This is a matter I will write to you about shortly.
I am, yours very respectfully, Thomas Constable.
The church, as we know, was not finished until 1851, and the people were here long before that. We know they had those long, difficult journeys, and slowly they became established. They lived in the streets that we now live in. There were people in Westgate, Cross Green, Gay Lane. We know that Martin and Catherine Donnelly, Patrick and Mary Kenyon, they were running lodging houses in Gay Lane. Some of the new people, as they arrived, would have had contacts. There would have been people they could stay with. Very few of the new people would have had money to pay for lodgings. So we know that most went to that area, as we've seen, that was Irish Fields. Some of you now live there. It's the Cambridge estate. We know that the difference, that the growth in numbers from the 80 people of Irish birth in 1841 to over 600 people of Irish birth in 1851 meant that in 1851 the Irish population of Otley was 20%. Otley was a busy place. There were markets, but there was also many changes happening. Many items, many pieces of cloth, things that had been produced in people's homes were now being made in the new factories and mills. Ackroyd's, Otley Mills. There was also a growth in printing, in engineering, and of course, the many, many people that needed to be involved in agriculture to feed the growing population in Otley. Now add to that, blacksmiths, boot and shoemakers, stonemasons, tailors, tanners. There were people working in all these areas, but 80% of the men were working on the land. A small number were working in the factories. But we know from the research that there was also a lawyer, a civil ordnance surveyor, and a teacher. But what about the women? Most women at that time, if not all women, were working in the home. But before they were married, they were working in the mills and factories. 50% of girls over 16 worked in the factories. But the children? Did children then have the lives that children now have? Certainly not. 6 out of 7 children, aged between 9 and 16, worked in the factories or mills. 69 boys and 60 girls. We have evidence of 8-year-olds working in those mills. Slowly people were able to move away from Irish Fields. They moved to Gay Lane, Crow Lane, Walker Gate, Sugar Street, Paradise Square. It's been pulled down since then, but it's the car park. Houses were crowded. Families shared, but not shared in the way that we think about sharing. People worked and slept in shifts. There are records of 55 people living at 18 Gay Lane, of 41 people living at 51 Nelson Street. And they were all ages, from babies up to somebody of 60. There was a lodging house in Bondgate, and I'm going to remember this the next time I walk down Bondgate. There was a lodging house in Bondgate where men slept leaning on a washing line. And to do that, they paid a penny a night. Life was hard, but they had their families, they had their faith, and they were still waiting for their church.
Ah, Mr. Hanson.
Mr. Constable, delighted to see you again, sir.
Are your plans progressing well?
Well advanced, sir, and I hope to your satisfaction.
Do you know my sister, Miss Constable?
Delighted, ma'am,
How do
delighted.
you do, Mr. Hanson?
Plans, sir, are well advanced. We will have a chapel to your design. To be built to admit light, to lift the spirits of the people as you asked. I hope, sir, it will match your expectation and that of your people.
I'm sure it will, Mr. Hanson.
Ah, Patrick and Thomas. Good. Well, this will give me great pleasure. We have indeed waited a long time for this moment. And I never thought I'd do it. There we are. Over to you.
Well, there we are. We're nearly there. Mr. Hanson, thank you so much.
Bravo.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Well done, brother.
Started at the doors of two sides, I just divided. This one all the drank a pint of the breeze. Went off to reap the corn, field where I was born. Further south I gone to Barney's no support. Lord, a pair of rolls, rattling all the bar, rattling all the dance, a rocket. One, two, three, four. Turn it down the rock, and all the winter lovely whack the to Dublin next to where the vote to be a bit to deserve the pride of you and that was every time I took the street along with the quality the Sabbath on the Spanish music of his called a player of what to do for fame and turn it down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin. The merriment of June. In the merriment to choose from the latest time because of games and the local dance and to party and kiss with my lover to drink a pint again and leave for days enough to eat the corn, leave where I was born or to love by horns of banners, kiss and love and sports a pair of rows rattling all the lines of
After that last long walk to Middleton Lodge, that Mr. Constable was able to come forward and to celebrate the opening of the chapel, the one that he had hoped to have in his attempts to care for and welcome in the souls in the vicinity.
This is indeed a momentous day. Our chapel has been dedicated to the Blessed Virgin and all saints. I will now ask our parish priest, Father Matthias MacDonald, to bestow his final blessing on us all.
benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen. Well, we're all going to sing together the newly composed hymn to our Blessed Lady, Hail Queen of Heaven.
And it was some time before they got it. They needed a school for all those children. A school that many of these children go to now. But there was very little education for anyone's children in the early 1800s. Thomas Constable, as well as helping the Irish to settle in Otley, encouraged his chaplain to teach the children, first of all, in the presbytery. But their numbers increased. And eventually, Thomas bought some land in Crow Lane. It's the other side of Otley, just near the petrol station as you go out. And the school is still there. They built a school, and that school was built in 1861, and it had 2 classrooms and a cloakroom. His sister, Mary Ann, paid later on for an extension, and that was built in 1870. In 1863, there were 60 children at the day school. Now, why am I saying day school? Our children go to school in the morning, come home and watch the television in the evening. Not then. The day school had children during the day, but many of those children then worked in the mills. So there were 60 children at the day school, and 40 children at the night school. As we can see, was Miss Kate Houston, a Yorkshire-born lady. She lodged at the presbytery. The parish priest, when writing to the bishop in 1863, said she was an efficient, exemplary, pious person, respectful and obedient to the commands and wishes of the priest. But, as I've said, many of these children worked in the woolen mills as well as going to school. Some started at the factory at 6 a.m. and worked until noon. They then walked all the way down to Crow Lane and they went to school in the afternoon and crossed over with those who went to school in the morning and went to work in the afternoon. School in the evenings in the winter for some of the children. They must have been very tired, walking back to school from their work. And we know that most children left school and went to work full time from 11.
John Jordan, William Jordan, John Loftus, Jeff Roach, Thomas Roach, Eileen Jordan, Benson Lavelle, Marianne Plunkett, Margaret Plunkett, Bridget Walsh, Nora Brogan. Hello, Nora, dear. We were all back together, children, the month of this year. After me, 1, 2, 13 days.
Have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 21 February. And 28 days clear, and 29 each week clear.
Eileen Jordan, you did not recite the last line. Come and collect the dancer's hat. Into the corner, Eileen Jordan. I told you children to learn every single word by heart. Eileen Jordan did not learn every word by heart. She remains in the corner. Oh, the time. Nora dear, the posy. Sit down. Today we have some very, very important guests. Back into the corner, Eileen, back into the corner. Good afternoon, Miss Constable. Mr. Constable.
Good afternoon, Mr. Constable. Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, Miss Constable. Good afternoon, Mr. Constable.
Do sit down, children. Oh, thank you, Nora. That's very kind. Tell me, children, can you anybody tell me why this is a special day?
Young man, what's your name?
Thomas Brennan's son.
Ah, Thomas Brennan, the Brennans. Do you remember?
Yes, Brian.
Yes. Well, Thomas. Why is it a special day?
Because it's the 10th anniversary of the chapel service.
That's right, Thomas. So, as it's a special day, let's celebrate. So let's go and celebrate.
Come on, children.
Here we are. And here's Father Matthias. Joyous.
Now, as to celebrate the opening of our school, I'd like us to sing my very own personal favourite hymn.
Destroy,
Kitty, come on, give us a dance.
Where's Kitty? Come on, Kitty.
Kitty, give us a dance, will you? Come on, Kitty.